a Las Vegas substitute teacher has been fired. Yeah, that's after allegedly writing the N-word, and not N-word, but the whole word with the ER, on a whiteboard at a Vegas school. Now, students from Charles Silvestri Junior High School alerted their administrators about a male teacher wildly advocating for this lesson plan. Check out this tweet here. It reads, "They wildin' at that school." And you can clearly see there the racial epithet on the board. Yeah, and so let's kind of go over what this guy was actually trying to quote unquote teach. So in a video taken during what was supposed to be an English class, the substitute teacher explained this to the students. Check this out. He said, "African features were said to resemble those of monkeys and apes. Either we can have a fun class today where we actually talk about English. I was planning on y'all being a bunch of little punks and misbehaving, and this class acting as detention. I don't know why all of you are making such a big deal when this word leaves most of your mouths every second." Wow, that's really special. It is, it's truly special. I love it when white people say things like that. Yeah, well, the Clark County School District didn't really love it. They acted pretty swiftly in nixing this substitute teacher. Took less than 24 hours, which is a good thing. And they also issued this statement. "I assure you that appropriate action will be taken against those responsible based on the outcome of the investigation. Additionally, I would like you to know that this will not be tolerated at our school or within the school district. We will not tolerate behaviors that contradict an inclusive community and impact the needs of our students." That's Yvette Tippetts, principal of the school. Now, 8 News, well, they did not identify the problematic substitute teacher's name because he wasn't charged with a crime. Gotta love that. But state records did seem to indicate that the guy, that he received his teaching license in January of this year. So I don't think this is a good start for him since he's only had this whole teaching thing for a few months. But apparently we do know that the way it goes in the school district is that substitute teachers are supposed to take over the lesson plan left from the instructor that is out. And in the event that the instructor didn't leave one, the substitute teacher is supposed to run their lesson plan through the administration. And I'm guessing that that definitely wasn't done here. But I can tell you that I'm really glad that the students documented this because this is completely and totally unacceptable. I don't know who would think this was acceptable, who thinks that this should be a lesson plan in English class. Also, who would use that racist excuse or thought that, oh, well, since rappers use it, I'm going to go ahead and monolith your entire community and say that all Black people use this term or that it's not offensive when it leaves my mouth. I just don't understand where this gentleman's logic is, but I really hope that he's never in a position to educate young minds ever again. That's just that.
So I'm curious whether right wingers look at this and go, "Oh my God, cancel culture, this poor teacher." Like, I genuinely wonder. Or are they like, "Well, no, you gotta fire this guy." I mean, he's calling these little kids monkeys because they're Black. I mean, Jesus Christ, and he writes this terrible word and says it's their fault because he assumes they say it. Like, we can't have him teaching little kids. That's crazy, right? I'm gonna say for the I'm genuinely curious whether they have a rational position like that, which they might, or certainly some percentage of Republicans might. And I'm a little worried that some percentage of Republicans or right wingers are gonna look at that and go, "What's the big deal, man?" And apparently he thought that because he's trying to get his teaching license. He's a substitute teacher, and one of his first things is to do this. He must have thought it was gonna be so normal that it wouldn't have cost him his job, his career, or anything like that. That I'm blown away by that. How could he think that that was normal? That's just, it's stunning to me. And then I gotta make one random point. Technically, we're all apes, and we're not like apes. We actually are in the ape family. And guess where we come from? We all of us come from Africa. And so that's not conjecture, it's not a theory, that's a stone cold fact. So if you don't like Africans, I got really bad news for you.
Yeah, and it was like what, like Europeans were Black up until like 10,000 years ago or something like that. But the funniest part of this whole story is that my man is a substitute teacher. Like, he's not even a regular teacher. Like, the confidence that he had to just go in and do this. This reminds me that, what's that movie with that Mexican teacher? He goes into some like school in the hood, and he teach them math, and he like show them all their fingers. You know what I'm talking about? And he like, I can do math with my fingers. And then he he been waiting for this moment his whole life, and now he finally got an opportunity to show these kids, you know, what's really up with the world out here. But no, I can't do nothing but make fun of this.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, things as disastrous as they are, I guess, hey, Las Vegas fired him, the public school system. Go, hey, all right. Like, I mean, him running as a Republican politician, incoming in 3, 2, 1.
Oh right. God.
No, that's right though. They definitely would shield, because Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson were just doing a segment, and she was like, you know, today we all suffer living in a woke society where you have to pretend like fat is beautiful, and you have to pretend like, you know, like we're just forced to do all these things. You know what I'm saying? So I think that something like this would fit perfectly underneath that umbrella.
We'll see what happened to this gentleman. I would have loved his name, look up his background, because if it turns out, you know, he's doing that Vegas gambling thing, he really just needs to go back to the tables, because teaching is not his forte.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.